Good morning, student. I'm going to start the Rattrap chapter, which is written by Salma Lagroff. Let's take the preview of the chapter. The Rat Trap is a wonderful story told like a fairy tale. It gives a voice to the writer's conviction that no man is criminal by birth. The man in rag was a poor vagabond. He used to beg as well as steal to make his ends meet. The protagonist of the story was tired and hungry and in need of a shelter for the night. He found a generous man in old man's cottage and he attempted to steal the host money. He was caught in his own trap. Now, children, we are going to start the chapter. Thicklet, a dense group of the bushes, impenetrable money, impassable. The peddler was very happy after stealing the money of that old comforter, and then he thought that he should not walk in the highways. He should walk from the forest ways. So initially, it was not difficult in the daytime for the anyone to walk in the forest path, but at the later part of the day, it becomes so confusing for him, so he forgot the way. He tried hard to walk in the right direction, but in vain, as he found himself at the same place again and again. At this point of time, he started thinking that now he himself was caught in the trap of the world just like other people. He was fooled by the bait of the money which he had stolen from the old man's house. The forest seemed like a prison full of trunks and branches. It was like an impassable prison. This is the forest where the Iron Man has been trapped. Gloom means dark, summoned means gathered, thumping, a regular sound of beating, staggered to walk with great difficulty. As children, it was month of December and it got dark. As he got dark, his hope was escaping from the forest reduced. And the danger of life is increasing, was increasing, so he did his feeling of being hopeless. There was no way left for him, so he sat on the ground and was so tired and terrified that he thought this was his last moment and soon he would die. As he laid his head on the ground, he heard a very strong, regular sound. It was the heart sound that was coming out at the regular interval. He soon realized that these sounds were the sound of the hammer stroke from an iron mill. He thought that he could find some people nearby. With this thought, he gathered some strength and started walking with a great difficulty towards the direction of the sound. So this is the rat trapper who was moving towards the iron mill. Below are air bag that emits the air to blow the furnace or to blow the fire in the furnace. Shoveled means move, mouse, a jaws type of thing, and clatter, getting a huge noise, banging. You can say whipped, beaten with the whip here to hit something. On one could hear the different type of sound in the forge. There was a big bellow which was blowing the air in the fire with a great sound, and also there was a sound of cracking coal. One could also hear the bang of the charcoal which was being shoveled by the fireboy. The sound the sounds which were coming from outside the mill, these were all of waterfall, and high speed north wind which hit the raindrops against the brick tiled roof. So, during this dark evening, the rat trapper reached in that forge. Evil, a type of iron box with a flat top and concave sides. Precipitation means sweat. On one long dark evening, the Christmas time, the master smith and his helper were sitting in that dark forge which was built near the furnace. He was wearing a long shirt and a pair of wooden shoes. Both of them were sitting for the pig iron which was put inside the furnace fire to be ready to put on the oven. They took turn to the stir the liquid, which was very hot. As they could bear the heat for a few minutes, each of them would return sweating profusely. So, forge a shop where the metal has been heated, uh, and scour a fat bottom boat which used for transporting cargo to and from ship in the harbor. Shifted, descended, lightning, or as a smelter, a machine in which metal is melted to form into the shape. Rolling mills, machine to roll the metal into sheets. So the iron workers was a large plant which had shut down few years ago. It had smelter, rolling mill, and a forge. In summer, long flat bottom boats carrying this material would come down the canal, which led to a large inland lake for supplying material to the mill in the winters. The road turned black because of the coal dust and came along due to the transporting of the charcoal crates. So it was due to this different type of sound the blacksmith didn't heard the sound of that vagabond who entered in the forge and stood near the furnace. Many homeless people used to get attracted to this light of the forge which peeked through the window panes which were covered with the black powder of the burnt coal. They could seek shelter there and they could warm themselves with the help of burning fire. As blacksmiths were accustomed to these visitors, they were indifferent to the man. They just looked at him. The rat trapper sailor's appearance was similar to that of other wanderers. He had a long beard and the dirty, old worn clothes and the bunch of rat trap hanging from the chest. So haunty, arrogant, the peddler tried to seek permission from the blacksmith so that he could stay in the forge for a night. He allowed the peddler with the arrogant consent with just nodding and didn't say a single word for him. The peddler also said nothing because his aim was to warm himself and sleep. The owner of the iron mill in those days was a very ambitious person whose aim was to sell only the finest iron in the market. Therefore, he used to keep a check on the workers both during the night and the day. The owner was on a night inspection visit when the peddler entered the forge. Prominent means important, tramp means vagabond or wanderer. Ragamuffin means wanderer or the peddler designed to do something that one considered to be beneath one's dignity. Slouch hat had bent one side of the head. So, unlike the blacksmith, the ironmaster at once noticed the peddler who was sitting so close to the furnace that steam was coming out of his torn clothes. He was not only went near him, but also removed the wondrous hat that was bent to one side so that he could see the man's face clearly. So this all the video class today, and rest part of the chapter will be continued in the next class. Till then, thank you.